Hey, it's Camo. Welcome to another edition of Nashville Meets World. We're in Lingfield in Surrey, and today we're going to be talking to Anna Howie. Stick around.
So I guess I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee, where the music sounds like home to me.
So today we're with Anna Howie. You recently did a live stream on the channel. Thanks for doing that. You were amazing.
Thank you. It was really fun to do.
A lot of views on it. You've got a lot of fans.
Yeah. Good to know. It was so lovely just seeing people pop up. I mean, I know the title of this is Nashville Meets World, but that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Because just so many people from different countries just popping up and saying hi and having a listen. And yeah, it was really lovely. I enjoyed it.
It's amazing when you see all the people around the world. I'm still getting used to that myself, and it's like a kid in a candy store. It's like, really? Somebody in South Africa is into it?
I know. The power of the internet, right?
So tell me about you. You're originally from London.
Yeah.
Which is only
London.
25, 30 miles away.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up there.
What part of London?
The East. East End, yeah.
Do East End girls really meet West End boys?
Not if their mothers can help it. No. So I grew up in the East End and lived in London till kind of my mid-20s, and then sort of thought, well, if I move out slightly, I can still get back in. I need to be within touching distance of London, just because I love it and I just love the scene there and I love playing there.
Let's have a seat and chat.
So I moved out here. It's quieter. Should I have a song? I moved out here into a bit of the countryside. Lingfield is quieter, really quiet at the moment because
of the virus.
And no planes and all those things. Yeah.
It's odd because this is it's cool and cloudy today, and it literally has been like Southern California here for the past almost 3 months.
It's been beautiful. I mean, that's probably saved a lot of people during the lockdown experience. It's just that fantastic weather, which has really helped.
So how long have you been here in Lingfield?
About 15 years here. And it's a great place to be because you're kind of in between everything. Brighton is a little way up the road, London the other way, and then you've got all the airports obviously, so you can get away.
Now, I read in your bio that you said you've been treated like a queen and treated like a nobody. Explain that.
Well, I did for years. I was one half of a female vocal duo called Sirens.
Right.
So there were two of us, and we had often had a big band behind us, but sometimes it was just the two of us, and we did big kind of events all around Europe, really. And you just never knew what you were turning up to. People would hire us and we'd say, that sounds great, and off we'd go to do this gig wherever it may be. And sometimes it was in the fanciest of hotels, and sometimes it was in somebody's living room. And you just never knew, how you were going to be received at the time. And you just made do. If you had to get changed in the car, you got changed in the car. And that was fine. You just cracked on with it and sang some songs and went home, and it was actually really fun.
I remember speaking to an artist in Nashville, and he said, well, I want to have this kind of stuff going on in my dressing room. I'm thinking, dressing room? You'll be lucky to get a stall in a restroom.
I've never had to put a ride to rider or put a rider in for anything, apart from maybe the odd festival, but even then it's kind of like a bottle of water.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
What's your favorite thing about doing
it's changed. When I was doing events, when I was doing big events, we were singing mostly covers, and that was kind of all about other people having a good time. So you really, you really invested in the party sort of scene, and you were playing to songs people knew, and that got a great response. Since I've been writing my own material, which has been about 15 years now, it's very different. I play a lot of singer-songwriter rooms, which are people crowded into a room really quiet, really listening to anything you've got to say. It's a very different vibe, and I love that contact with an audience. I love that kind of just seeing how people are receiving your songs and them coming up to me afterwards and saying maybe something's resonated with them, or just making that contact with people. I love that.
You talked about it being two, completely different vibes. Which do you prefer, that party type atmosphere where you're constantly getting, because I always think of music and performing as a conversation, and so you have a really loud conversation or you have this quiet, intimate chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of my gigs now we get quite loud. I've got a lovely band with me, so we, sometimes we get quite rowdy, but it is now, kind of as I've got a bit older, I don't want to be doing, huge parties all the time. And I just love that kind of slightly quieter listening room. I just love that contact, really seeing the whites of people's eyes. I love that.
Nice. One of the things you also have done is you've played on Radio 2 sessions with Brian May.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
Yeah, that was very cool. That was lovely. I kind of got that job through a friend of a friend who needed another backing singer for her group. And we just went and we went to his house for a day and just rehearsed, and then we did probably one of the last sessions that Terry Wogan did on Radio 2, and I always loved him, so that was a big thrill for me as well to go on his show. So that was great, and Brian May was a lovely gentleman.
He always comes across like that. I follow him on socials. And he just seems like a nice...
Yeah, he was very, very lovely, very chilled. It was a really nice time.
It's 18 years today as we shoot this that he stood on the roof of Buckingham Palace and played God Save the Queen.
Wow.
18 years.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that was a great moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it still chills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see yourself as a songwriter who sings or a singer who writes?
Now, actually, I'm going to say a songwriter who sings.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 or 10 years ago, it would have been the other way around, because singing was very much what I did to earn money, and although I loved it and I felt very lucky to do it, the singing was the thing, and I was singing other people's songs. And now I'm kind of writing my own stuff, and I do some covers, but mostly it's just stuff that's come from me.
How did you actually get into singing? Was it something as a child that you thought, I want to be a singer someday, holding your hairbrush and singing into that?
Yeah, I did.
Girls just want to have fun.
Yeah, a lot of that. Yeah. I mean, I remember kind of being, at school, in primary school, being, if ever there was a solo that needed taking, I always remember being pushed to the front, or Anna will do it, Anna will do it, and I think Anna would do it. I was quite happy for that to happen. And then it was when I went to university that I did backing vocals with a band there, and that was the first time that I'd kind of got on stage and kind of been part of a band lineup. And I just loved it. And then when I left university, I actually wanted to go into acting, but I just started getting more and more singing jobs, and in the end I just went with that role, which was lovely.
What has been the highest high you've had as an artist?
Wow. The highest high have actually probably been some of the quietest moments. I've definitely had moments with just me and a guitar in a room full of people where I thought, I actually feel like we're in this together and there's a real connection, and I get a huge high from that. Also, my EP that I recorded in Nashville last year, it was the first thing I'd ever released as a solo artist, and it went to number 5 in the UK chart, so I was thrilled with that.
Wow. So
that was a really great moment as well. That was a lovely day.
Now we're going to go the other way. What's the lowest low you've had as an artist?
Gosh, the lowest low, that's a really good question. I think probably just days where you find it really difficult to kind of keep pushing on. You know, it does sometimes feel it's hard work. Any artist will tell you that it's hard work to keep going, to keep your socials up, to keep all the stuff, all the other side of things that you have to do.
It's no longer just writing songs and recording them. It's social media presence, and you know,
it's all of the stuff that goes with it, which is hard work, and you face a lot of rejection. You know, huge amounts of rejection, and you kind of just have to toughen up to that a little bit. And just push forward. But yeah, I've definitely had days where I've thought, why am I doing this again? You know, what am I doing? Why have I set myself up for this, you know, just this being such hard work? But they're few, and they definitely get fewer as I've gotten older, you know, because I definitely ride the weather better than I used to, I think.
I know the feeling. When I first started in radio, I was working overnights, and it'd be 3 o'clock in the morning, and you get really philosophical. You know, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it make a noise?
Am I even here? Yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little weird sometimes, but then you'll do something, and that was excellent. You know?
And I find that those moments quite often follow on from each other. You know, just when you hit a moment where you think, you know, all right, I'm playing my favourite song to one person in a room and they're not listening. You know, when you go from that moment and then all of a sudden something great happens and you think, oh, this has lifted me back and I'm back on the track now.
It really is a balance as an artist. It kind of the whole yin and yang thing really applies, because you just get enough of those big moments to fuel the moments that are really awful.
Yeah, and keep you striving on as well. But do you know, one of the things I've loved about watching live streams, different artists doing live streams during this lockdown time, is that you realise that actually when you cut away all of the faff, you know, the makeup and the hair and all of the big gigs, all of that, and you strip it back. People like Brandy Clark have gone just straight back to her and a guitar, which is where it will all have started. And I've definitely gone into that kind of mindset of, you know what, when it all gets tough, I'm just going to pick up my guitar and I'm just going to play, because actually that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing.
Now tell us about Nashville, because we have a lot of viewers there. What was it like going there as kind of an outsider for the first time?
Yeah, it was fascinating. I loved it. You know, I'd been kind of building up to going there for a while, and I really wanted to go. It sort of felt like I should go. And then the time came for me to do a new EP, and I've got a mentor in Nashville called Mark Corley, who's an author and a songwriter.
Yeah, Mark has done some incredible work.
Yeah. And he kind of, I was talking to him about it, and he said, you've got to record, you've got to come here, put the two things together, come here and do it. And it was lovely. People were so warm and accepting, and I also got to do, while I was out there, a writing, kind of 5-day writing workshop with Gretchen Peters.
Oh wow.
Which was just fantastic.
Right, so, that's working with one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just kind of absorbed everything she had to tell me, and yeah, it was a really, like, I went on my own. It was a real adventure, you know, and I loved it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back when all this is over.
It's a totally different environment. People that go there from different places in the world, even different places in the United States, where they're used to writing by themselves. You go to Nashville, and now writing by yourself is just a rarity. It's all about the co-writing. Yeah,
all about the co-writing. Everything is set up for music. You know, so your Uber driver is a musician, and your waitress is a musician, and everybody there is just kind of feeding that amazing buzz, which is just all about great songs and great music, which I loved. You know.
Sean Mullins had a hit with a song called Lullaby, and there's a great line in there about LA is just Nashville with a tan. You know, when you go to LA, your waiter's an actor or actress. You know, it's all a bartender's an actor, or somebody's trying to get a screenplay to somebody else. And in Nashville, it's just it's the same thing, but it's music. I got a song that I'm trying to get to somebody. And,
Yeah, it's all about that. And even the working day, you know, is set up in sessions.
Yeah.
So, you know, just that in itself is fantastic.
Is it,
I loved it.
is it a kind of environment that you're quite happy to visit and take part in and then come back to the real world? Or is it something that you would want to be?
No, I could live there for a while. I don't know if I'd want to set up there, just because my home is here and you know, my family are here. So yeah, I would definitely go. If I had my way, I would go several times a year and really have a great time.
The ducks agree.
Disagree. But
This is the duck pond here in Lingfield, and there's some chicks there,
Yeah.
ducklings, and so they're just listening and enjoying.
they don't care about our interview.
No,
not
don't
one
care.
bit.
They're worried about, can I eat this grass?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nashville is a totally different beast.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe it to people who haven't been there.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best places to be as a songwriter, but there's a flip side to that. You know, the flip side to that is that everybody is a songwriter.
It can be very soul destroying.
Yeah.
Because you don't really get paid for concerts in Nashville. You know, it's, if you want to make money, you got to get out of Nashville.
Austin is another place I'd love to go. I've heard the music scene in Austin is really fantastic. Yeah, I'd definitely go back. The people were so warm and loving and welcoming. Yeah, I had a great time.
We're going to take a break, and then we're going to get you to do some music for us.
Cool.
I have one question I want to ask you, though.
Yeah.
Okay. You're heading out on your first major worldwide headlining tour.
Yeah.
Who opens for you?
Wow, that's a great question. Who opens for me? Do you know what I have got some fantastic songwriting friends who are doing what I'm doing, and we write together, and they're pushing themselves out there as new artists, and I would make that a platform for new artists. So I would get my friends, I'd get people in Nashville who maybe haven't quite had that break yet, and I'd get them out there. I've supported a lot of people and loved it, and some, you know, most treat you really well, and that's what I'd aim to do. I'd aim to get someone new in.
Excellent. Good answer. I'm Camo. This is Anna Howie. We'll be right back with music from Anna.
They said if I did coke, I could party all night.
You're gorgeous. Have a great time.
I was just loving that.
What is that?
Come on, girl, you really need to open the door. They said if I did coke, I could party all night. They lied. Find out the truth about cocaine. drugfreeworld.org.
Welcome back to Nashville Meets World. I'm Camo, and my guest today is Anna Howie. It's so much fun talking to you.
Oh, it's lovely to be here.
We're
Thanks for
here
having
at
me.
your home, just outside of Lingfield.
Yeah,
Are we where are we now?
we're Blindley Heath officially.
Blindley Heath.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
just outside Lingfield.
Yes. Lots of these heaths and
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive through. If you blink, you miss it.
yeah,
you know.
exactly. So you're going to do some songs for us.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave you to it and have fun.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start with a song that I wrote for my dad, who died suddenly about 15 years ago. But it's really for anybody who still has conversations with people who aren't here anymore. It's called Pull Up a Chair. I've got so much to tell you. It's been a long time. You'll smile when you see Stanley's taller than me. When we all stand in a line, I bet you still think of me as a girl on a mission who just wouldn't listen. I've changed, I swear. I've got so much to share. So pull up a chair and we'll chat about the week that I've had. You'll hug me until I can't breathe. I let my tears on your sweat. You see your treasure till it goes in the washing machine. I'll imagine you there, and I'll pull up a chair. Turns out you're right, and I should have listened to you. And knew for a fact that boy on the tractor, he did not deserve my tattoo. I bet you still think of me as a girl trying to fit in, who acts without thinking. I've changed, I swear. But I still need you there to pull up a chair and we'll chat about the week that I've had. You'll hug me until I can't breathe. I'll leave my tears on your sweater. You see your treasure till it goes in the washing machine. I'll imagine you there, and I'll pull up a chair. Pull up a chair. Ooh, your face would be a frown. I remember you sitting me down. You'd say, baby, why is it? Baby, don't cry. And your big hands would hold on to mine. And we'd chat about the week that I've had. You'll hug me until I can't breathe. I'll leave my tears on your sweater. You see your treasure till it goes in the washing machine. I'll imagine you there, and I'll pull up a chair. I'll pull up a chair. I've got so much to tell you. It's been a long time.
Great song.
Thank you.
Hit us with another.
Okay, so this is a song I wrote for one of my teenage daughters after I picked her up from a night out. And this night out had been a long time in the planning, so she had been really looking forward to it, and it had been a big build up to what she was wearing and everything. And I'm going to say it didn't quite go to plan. This is called In the Morning. your shoes? And who is this? Where do they live? Do they need a lift? Are you gonna be sick? I don't need to know who you didn't kiss. Why'd you call me up at 10:30 and I'll pick up again and again? Were you falling out with your friends? At least you're not dead then. I've been going out of my mind, just fine, fine. It's just another night. It's gonna be alright. It won't matter in the morning. I know he made you cry, but you don't even like that guy. And I might not be this nice in the morning. Shoes too big and dress too tight. Hair and makeup don't look nice. Optimistic twinkles in your eye. I hoped you'd stay on the right side of foot. Not a wild child, not a nut. Party's over before it's begun. Now you can't walk, let alone. I've been going out of my mind, just fine. It's just another night. It's gonna be alright. It won't matter in the morning. I know he made you cry, but you don't even like that guy. And I might not be this nice in the morning. It's just another night. It's gonna be alright. It won't matter in the morning. I know he made you cry, but you don't even like that guy. And I might not be this nice in the morning. In the rearview mirror, I see a mixed up girl who looks a lot like me. Wanna put my arms around you tightly and say, it's just another night. It's gonna be alright. It won't matter in the morning. I know he made you cry, but you don't even like that guy. I might not be this nice in the morning. It's just another night. It's gonna be alright. It won't matter in the morning. I know he made you cry, but you don't even like that guy. I might not be this nice in the morning. In the morning. In the morning. It will all be alright. Okay, shall I do a new one?
Yeah.
Shall I do a brand new one? Okay, so this is a song I've written really recently, and it kind of fits in with people being in lockdown, but I actually wrote it for a friend of mine who's found herself on her own for the first time in a long time. And really, she's kind of saying, stop ringing me. I'm fine. No need to call again tonight. I appreciate the thought. Let's talk another time. I'm reading, writing, I've got vinyl. My phone lights up, it makes me smile. Filling time. I'm alright. I'm getting by. I'm lonely tonight. You're worried, but there's no need to be. For the first time, I'm making friends with me. I say I'm fine and I'm not faking, and all those stupid jokes I make, a habit's hard to break. I'm alright. I'm getting by. I'm lonely tonight. And I've been sleeping deep at night, stretching out across his side. Doesn't feel so new. And if I wake before it's light, and all I want to do is cry, that's just what I do. And that's alright. I'm getting by, I'm lonely on to someone new. The minute that he packed his car and drove it out of view, the new me is staying home, learning how to be alone. I won't be good at love until I do, and that's alright. I'm getting by on lonely tonight. I'm alright. I'm getting by on lonely tonight. It's alright. I'm fine.
That really is a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Yes, wow.
Thank you. All right, one more.
Yes, one more.
One more. Okay, I'm going to do another new one. I've actually just sent these new ones to a friend of mine in Nashville who's going to produce them. Okay. This is called Peas. We've been drinking and sinking into some hazy state. We've been smoking a roll up or two, reminiscing on kisses that made our hearts ache, and feeling the love in the room. You got the face of an angel face that there's no way for this 1.5 to make 2. Go find your Mrs. Robinson in someone else's back room. I've got peas in the freezer, older than you. Though your eyes have surprised me, they know just what to say. You're thinking of making a move. This party's just getting started, and I'd like to stay. I know your mother, she would not approve. You got the face of an angel, but angel face it, there's no way for this 1.5 to make 2. Go find your Mrs. Robinson in someone else's back room. I've got peas in the freezer, older than you. You see these lines round my eyes, they show you I'm wise. I've spent a lifetime not thinking things through. Go find your Mrs. Robinson in someone else's back room. I've got peas in the freezer, older than you. I've got peas in the freezer, older than you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Anna, those are great songs.
Thank you very much.
I thought when you said peas, I thought, is it peas or peas?
It's definitely peas.
Peas, yeah.
Yeah.
How can people get in touch with you, to connect with you on socials?
Please do. I mean, I'm all over everything. I'm
Yeah.
on Twitter and Instagram, Anna Howie Music. My website is annahowiemusic.co.uk. Yeah, do send me a message. Let
And
me
if
know
people
what
want to
think.
book you, you've got the information there.
Yeah,
for
yeah, it's
bookings.
all there. All my contact details are there. Everything's there. I've got an EP, An Idiot's Guide to Love, which is on Spotify, so you can check that out. I've got some
That's the
videos
one
on
from
YouTube.
Nashville, right?
Yeah, I
Good.
recorded that in Nashville with Bob Britt, who's just
I know Bob.
just won a Grammy for Dermot McClinton's album. So yeah.
I know his wife really well.
Oh, do
Anna.
you? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Nashville is a family, right?
It is.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to call it the 6 degrees of Vince Gill.
Just how far away you are from
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually 1 degree away from Vince Gill.
Oh, okay.
A number of different ways, but I used to live in a house that was 4 doors down from the house that Vince Gill lived in.
Oh, okay. That was actually one of my regrets of Nashville. From my trip to Nashville was that I didn't see him.
Oh,
is
yeah.
it the Time Hop? Where?
Time Jumpers.
Time Jumpers. Yeah. I needed to see that.
That
For
pretty
some
much
reason I
sells
couldn't.
out just
Yeah.
about every night. Yeah.
That looks so good.
Well, thank you for being on the show today. You're the first guest with the new base here in the UK. And,
Great. Thank you for having me.
Really
It's been
appreciate it,
lovely.
and thanks again for your concert that you did. It was really good.
I enjoyed
Really
it.
appreciate
Anytime.
Thanks for watching Nashville Meets World. I'm Camo, and make sure you check out our sponsors, Empower You and WINEntwine. We'd love to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Anna.